Welcome to Intro to Art, our Design Fundamentals. I'm Miss Reed, the art teacher for Intro to Art and Design Fundamentals. I'm very happy to have you in my class this semester. Intro to Art is a prerequisite for the visual arts pathway in high school. When you're finished with this course, you can go into any of the high school art courses that you would like, whether that's sculpture, painting, photography, or ceramics. As a subject in our schools, art education is based on the belief that looking at, talking about, and making art are processes essential to the well-educated student. When you are finished with this class, you will receive a 0.5 credit for high school. This will count towards your high school GPA unless you decide to opt out of the credit. For each unit, we complete 2 projects. The first unit is 2D design with color and painting. The second unit is 3D design for sculpture. We complete a ceramic sculpture and a paper sculpture. The final unit is our drawing unit, and that will lead us into the end of the semester. Throughout the semester, we will complete art journal assignments, which will help you to understand the learning that is needed for each of your projects. Now let's talk about the materials you're going to need for this course. Everybody in this class has to have a 9x12 sketchbook. That is probably the most important material you will need this semester. Everyone is expected to work in their art journal, their sketchbook, outside of class and have it during class time. If you lose your sketchbook, you will be required to get a new sketchbook quickly. There will be 3 to 4 art journal assignments for each project. Every student is asked to bring in $20 to help pay for supplies. These supplies will only be used by Intro to Art and Design Fundamental students. Class participation is 10% of your grade. Your major studio assessments are 50% of your grade. And there will be a combination of a written exam and a project, which is 20% of your grade. Art journal assignments are also 20% of your grade. There is a calendar in the front of the room that is just for Intro and Design Fundamentals. This calendar has all of your due dates for your projects and your art journal pages. We will also use OneNote to help us keep up with our class. This is also where you'll turn in your work. I will put all of the rubrics, your due dates, and your resources in OneNote. I will also grade your work in OneNote. This course is really going to require that each of you all do the work. Daily studio times are 7:55 to 8:20. On Tuesdays, you can come from 7:55 to 8:40. You are required to work at home. OneNote is going to be your best place to find all of your resources. And of course, you have to stay on pace. Now let's talk about behavioral expectations. I expect you to follow the 5 P's: punctual, participate, prepared, positive, and polite. Being punctual is to be on time for class, turning in your assignments on time, and using your class time wisely. Participating means that you take part in our class discussions and critiques. Now let's talk about being a prepared artist. Everybody sits at a specific color of a table. This is important every day. All of your belongings that don't belong for our class need to be placed in the cubbies in the back of the room. Please do not put your stuff on top of the counter. We need this place to work. Your art folders can be found in your bins. Red, green, orange, and blue. Your folders will be on one side of the room, and your sketchbooks will be in the filing cabinet next to those bins. Yellow, purple, gray, and white. Your bins and filing cabinet are on the opposite side of the room. Each of you all have a board with your name on it on this rack. 4 of you all have a drawer, and you'll use it for the same purposes of the rack. This is your drying rack, and you may put your things here if you'd like. Now that you have your art folder and sketchbook, I want you to look at the whiteboard for your do now. It may say to get an Art Talk textbook, that's the book for our class, or to go ahead and gather your materials and get started. Being positive and polite is acting as a caretaker and responsible citizen of our classroom. This is your studio space, and I expect you to treat it as if this is a working place that is important to you. You must be respectful of all adults, your classmates, and our visitors. Please don't talk when I am talking or when your classmate is talking during class discussions and presentations. Do your work quietly so that you're not being a distraction. And please don't harm other people's artwork. Everyone is expected to clean up cheerfully and put materials back where they belong. You have to follow the guidelines for the care, the use of the materials and equipment, and of course you must always use your technology for good. Now let's make awesome art.